Hey guys, here we are at Comic-Con with the cast of Lucifer.
Hello.
Hi.
We have Tom, Lesley-Ann, because she's naughty, we call her Lesley-Ann today, Lauren, and DB. So thanks so much for being here. I think it's interesting that you guys are doing a show about Lucifer, who we usually think of as being a bad guy. Tom, is Lucifer a good guy or a bad guy?
He's misunderstood.
Yeah, I think what we're trying to do with this show is offer him the chance of redemption. So there are a lot of questions thrown up about is he intrinsically bad, or is it just that his dear old dad decided he was this evil character? So is it inherent in him, or is it just another choice of his dad's sort of master plan?
Right.
I would say no, he's not a bad guy, but I think he obviously what he does have the ability to do is draw out people's bad thoughts from them, and gives people an opportunity to take a look inside themselves.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
So now Lucifer has come back to Earth to sort of.
Well, he's sort of taken a vacation from hell. Yeah, so he's decided to set up shop in the form of a bar called Lux.
Okay.
And has been on Earth for about 5 years.
Yeah.
And the longer he's here, the more in touch he gets with his sort of human qualities, which, to me, his best friend and fellow demon is not a good thing.
Okay.
You know, I would like to get back to hell.
Okay.
Doing what I do best.
Okay.
Torturing people.
So why are you here then? Do you
I
just
followed
follow
him.
Okay.
I had a Jerry Maguire moment. He was like, "Who's with me?" And Maze went, "Me."
She's kind of like my immoral guide as opposed to my moral
The
guide.
benefits are terrible.
Okay. Are you guys more moral guides or?
Well, I'm the only kind of human.
Right.
Or human.
Kind of.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
just a rumor, Lauren. That's
yeah,
a rumor.
I'm the detective that Lucifer meets after one of his best human friends gets killed. And we kind of spin for a while, I'm not sure what I think about him. And then I actually end up respecting him quite a bit because he's knowledgeable, and he also seems to have this incredible power over people where he draws out what's real and what's honest. And so we team up. However, I seem to be the one person who is impervious to his powers.
Oh, interesting.
They just don't work on me.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
And you play an angel, I believe.
play an angel. I'm his brother, who's been sent down to Earth by our dear beloved Father to send him back to hell.
Okay.
You know, if he's not there, then who's taking care of hell? Who's watching hell?
Sure.
And what's going to happen if he doesn't return?
Yeah.
So I come back and try to persuade him.
Okay. Who's the older brother? I wonder. Do we know?
I'm the older
You
brother,
are? Okay.
yeah.
All right. So you have more pull.
By a couple of thousand years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're twins, though, despite that. Right?
Yeah,
Right.
It was a long labor.
So long.
Do we ever get to? Poor mom, she went through it.
She really did.
Oh,
Years.
poor woman.
So, do we ever
Getting
get
those
to
wings
see
out, jeez.
Do we ever get to see?
Do we get to see hell ever?
Oh, that's a good question.
I
don't think we know
I don't
that.
think. I don't
Yeah.
think. In the first season, I don't think we do. But I think we might push towards that as the show continues.
Okay.
But, the suggestion of hell. Often the suggestion of things is much more powerful than the things themselves.
Sure.
So
Sure.
The suggestion of hell, I think, is something that we'll live through in the first season.
Right. Do we get to see Dad?
Ooh.
We might get
That
to
would
hear
be
it.
cool.
Okay.
Like,
All right.
yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, even in the comic books, I don't think you ever see.
I
you
think
don't
they-
even,
Yeah.
yeah, you don't see him, you know.
I mean, a lot of the reason the show's a lot of fun is because everyone feels like they know the characters who are being referred to. Everyone thinks they know they have a version of the devil. Everyone has a version of God, and and this world that we're creating, the fun is had by people thinking that they know stuff about these characters and then seeing them unfold in the
Right.
world that we've created.
Right.
Yeah.
So
With real human, like, stories of, betrayal and love and jealousy and things that we all can relate to. It's
But-
just set in this fantastical
Yeah.
world of
and delivered in a very
characters, yeah.
darkly comic way. I mean,
It's not a heavy show.
No, the pilot episode, the script was so funny, and I think that's what drew us all in. It was this kind of 1 hour drama, but it was so much more fun than many of the things out there. And and we managed to keep that. I think in the pilot anyway.
Great.
With that sense of fun, really sort of is what drives it forward.
Which
Yeah.
is great because you don't necessarily think funny when you hear Lucifer,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. And that I think is what audiences will enjoy. You know, the idea of how the devil's been portrayed in TV and film is this very heavy sort of, you know, red face horn,
Right.
you know, type character, and Tom is very charming, not in real life, but on the show.
It was one of my favourite lines. I think the line didn't actually make it in the end, but one of the lines in the scripts was he's talking with someone about the devil, and she's asking if the devil, if she sold her soul to the devil, and he said, well, that would imply the devil actually cares about your soul. That's the stuff of TV and films. They always get it wrong. They always get it wrong.
So now the show is based on a Vertigo, DC Comics Vertigo book, and there's a ton of Vertigo characters who are so popular. Is it possible that we'll see a Sandman or any of those characters?
That's something you would have to ask the
people
who are writing the show. And I mean, I think, you know, as far as there's definitely potential. There are other characters in the Lucifer series that I know the writers are playing around with bringing it, you know, bringing them into the show, maybe in the first season, but we don't know anything that we can say out loud.
And also, you know, I know the producers and the writers are very open about saying our show, you know, we sort of took the skeleton of Sandman, but it is so loosely based on the comic
Lucifer-ly
book, and
based.
everyone all around agrees on that. You know, the Sandman people and we don't want the audience to expect, if they're a huge fan of the comic and the book, like to think Lucifer's that. No one's pretending. But I think, you know, we might glaze some characters from that.
Yeah.
Sure.
But it's not trying to be.
Yeah. And there's ways to bring the elements of the comic book into the show through wardrobe and, you know.
If we were to say inspired by the comic book,
Exactly.
Okay.
that might be a better way of phrasing it.
Yeah.
Well, I think maybe one of the problems when with some of these adaptations is that if they try to stay too close to the source material,
Absolutely.
Well, then you disappoint people, and it's hard. You know?
That's a different medium as well,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So
Absolutely. I mean, the Vertigo comics and this show is not, you know, and I love the other DC shows. It's not the tights and cape show, you know. It's a very adult comic book series, and that's the audience I think they're catering to.
now, having said that, Gotham is also airing on your station, right? Which is also DC.
Yeah.
Is there any way they could exist in the same world?
Well, you know, I play a Gotham villain, Copperhead. So I did one episode, and they've left that storyline open. I don't know. Could I fight myself as two characters?
Or maybe your
be really cool.
Gotham character moved away and got a job, or no?
At luck?
died
No,
and became a
Copperhead would
demon.
never.
All right.
She's an assassin.
Okay, yeah.
Come
We need
on,
to work on this idea, guys. Yeah.
All right, well, so while we're
We're just
working on
spitballing.
that, you guys keep it locked to IGN for everything on Comic-Con.